there's a bunch of rumors kind of going around right now that Epic Games. There you go. That Epic Games is considering making a Fortnite feature-length movie.
That's crazy town. That's crazy town.
And this is being reported by a website called The Information, so it's got to be right because they're The Information. So that's what it's got to be.
Oh, really?
And it says that now the crazy thing about this article and their sources, I guess I should say to be more accurate, is they're kind of laying this at the feet of, well, because we don't have Fortnite on iPhones, our next logical thing to keep Fortnite in the front of everybody and the top of mind is to make a film about it. So I don't know. I'm not going to say this isn't happening, but what I am going to say is that feels like that's not at all the motivation for it. And there's some other evidence supporting that this might be the direction Epic's looking to go. If not with Fortnite in particular, at least making video game related TV and film. They hired a couple of different people, and some of them were former top Lucasfilm executives.
Oh, wow.
One of them in particular was hired, and he's heading up Epic's Special Projects division. But he was like one of the heads of production at Lucasfilm. Right. So the fact that they've got a couple of people, that were in that realm, if you will, and not just like, oh yeah, I've made a short film when I was in college. Like, no, they were with Lucasfilm. Right. Like they were legit making things. So yeah, it kind of lit some credence to it, but I don't know. I mean, of them all the different gaming companies that have kind of gone into this and of the ones that have been like, oh, we're going to do these. The only one that feels like it makes sense is Sony, only because they also have a movie division that's part of their company. Right. So it feels like it's like, hey, we're already here doing these things. Let's just marry these two sections of stuff that we do together kind of thing. And even then it's like to be determined. I mean, we'll see how this, the Uncharted movie is going to be, and we'll see when the Last of Us HBO thing drops, how it is. So we don't know whether it's going to go, but they're just the only ones that make sense. I don't know. I mean, granted, I'm not a Fortnite person. I don't get super excited about it anyways, but it's goofy, funny, cartoony humor. So it's like, I could see it maybe being entertaining, but at the same time, like, do we need a Fortnite movie? I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Well, let me ask you this, and maybe this can be the question of the week. What would you want a Fortnite movie to be about? We already have Hunger Games.
I was just going to say Hunger Games.
So it's like, what would you want it to look like, you think, Chris?
I don't know what I would want it to look like, but I feel like they could just figure something out, and it's not going to be... I mean, again, they made an Angry Birds movie. So, I mean, and it wasn't just the whole time, and then like running into pigs. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like they could craft a narrative and be like, Fortnite. I mean, and it would be fine, but I.
So would it have the building mechanic in it?
Probably. I mean, it's so core to the gameplay. I mean, it's got to be one thing's for sure. They're gonna have a bunch of dances in it.
That's true. Ed, what would you want Fortnite to look like? Do you think you'd want it to lean Ready Player One? Would it lean Pokemon movie? Would it lean Angry Birds movie? Which way would you see it going?
I think, whichever way Among Us goes.
Oh my gosh. Jeez,
whatever
Louise,
they do.
That's cold-blooded.
Maybe Clue.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say I would love to see them go back to whatever their roots were as far as save the world. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's these ragtag group of ones, and it'll be a little on the nose, but like, here's the army guy, and here's the girl that does this, that, and the other. Here's the young boy that is the genius, and they have to come up with a way to save the world against I don't know what, but I feel like their initial thing was save the world, and maybe the little kid comes up with a way to craft things quickly, and that kind of lends into the building thing. So I'm going to say go back to save the world. And this will be the question of the week this week, and it'll be interesting to see what people come up with, because there's got to be an idea out there, because it's such a...
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing really in stone. There's nothing in stone about Fortnite. It doesn't seem like... Seems like you make anything almost.
Well, and you can't make a lot of movie and not have or make a lot of money and not have people think, how can I cash in? How can I make this into a movie and get more money?
And it doesn't seem too much, and I could be wrong because I'm not a Fortnite guy either. But besides the guy with blonde hair, is there anybody else that's like, this is a character of Fortnite?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And so it seems like you have really a broad, you can use a huge brush and still get this done and put the Fortnite name on it.
Yeah.
I think I'd like it to be animated though.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a live action.
I don't want Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, if it is live action, I really don't care. It's got to be animated for me to even have a remote interest in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That
would be
it
so
didn't even
terrible.
dawn on me that it might possibly be live action, and now you've got me scared.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like they've made that decision before in places that didn't make sense. Like I never thought the first Mario movie should have been live action. I think it should have been a cartoon, but they went live action.
I never would have thought Borderlands would be live action.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it did work for Sonic. Like when we watched the Sonic movie, we did not hate it. And I was like, this kind of worked. And I know that's obviously Sonic was animated, but that was still quote unquote live action. Right. I thought it worked. So and obviously the Lara Croft movies were live action, and Resident Evil has been live action. So, now say what you will about the Resident Evil movies, but I don't think those would have been better animated.
Yeah, I guess and this argument's going to kind of fall apart when you consider like Sonic, but it's just Fortnite, because it's so cartoony in its nature, feel like I can see it made sense to me that Tomb Raider was made live action. I mean, because that kind of makes sense because even though the video games
grounded
are
in
realistic,
reality kind of thing. Yeah.
But I mean, the flip side of that is like, well, but Sonic's always never been.
Well, and Transformers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that there is an aesthetic with the Detective Pikachu that you're like, okay, that like Neo Tokyo looking, like I can see like somebody over here like kill somebody in an alleyway, and you see like something come down and like zip up his body. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like UFO. Little. So and we've seen it with, and I know they didn't go all the way there, but with Ready Player One, like that kind of had the half and half thing, and so listen, technology is so crazy that they could pull it off. I would just rather it be animated, and I'd rather it fall in like that PG area. I think they're gonna want to push PG-13, but I think they'd make a boatload of money if they went animated and kept it PG with with that Shrek humor, where it's like adults might get the joke, but maybe the kids don't. But it's Fortnite, and then they have a whole nother reason to sell a bunch of merchandise.
Yep.
And I'd probably see it if it looked good enough.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't going to see Doom. There was no way I was seeing Doom.
I feel like it's something I'd see down the road somewhere when it ends up on some streaming service or whatever.
Well, I'm hoping it comes straight to streaming. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing some of these movies, like I think like, what is it called? Home Alone, Home Again, like the new Home Alone movie. I think it's coming straight to Disney Plus. It looks awful, but
I didn't know
there's
there was
a Home
one.
Alone movie. Yeah, it's called like
I
forget what it's called, but it
Still Alone.
Yeah, seriously.
I know, right?
New kid, obviously. Anyway,